Hello, folks, and welcome to week number 6. So last week we worked on learning about how to go about analyzing these articles. This week we're going to work on drafting the essay, okay? So, I just dropped my phone. That was the thunk you just heard. My apologies. Watch the video, obviously. Complete your research discussion. Now, your research discussion this week, my goal is that you guys can spend this week actually having the conversation amongst you and your colleagues about the answer to this question. Why do they reach different conclusions? And there can be multiple reasons for this. I want you to do the best you can to try to come up with the clearest, most likely set of answers for this question, okay? Sort of think through this question. Well, if you were to come across two scholarly articles, what would you do and why would you make that call? What, based upon what you see in those scholarly articles, would lead you to that decision? I think the smart move this week will be to identify someone to sort of be the group leader, to sort of say, here's when let's make sure we finish this discussion on this day, and then I can, compile everyone's comments together into something, and then we can share it and make sure that we're all happy with it before it gets submitted, okay? It might make sense if there's someone who's kind of been pushing folks all the way along, who's naturally kind of popped out, to let that person or nominate that person to so just sort of identify when it makes sense to get stuff in so that you guys can finish your discussion and present answers. Those answers I want presented in your discussion boards, okay? I want to see, just add a new post with final answer, and it can be written out there in, a paragraph even. I don't know how much you really need. You might want to give some explanation for your logic there, okay? So that's next. I want you guys to finish your research discussion, round number 1. Look over your sample 2 essay. So if we come down here, there is the sample 2 essay. In addition, I've got videos on summarizing and paraphrasing, a little bit of a review, but please remind yourself of the difference between those two and how to handle them. Your MLA Works Cited page and your MLA in-text citations, quick videos on those. And then finally, place to submit essay 2 draft. If there's one tip I can give you for this week, in addition to, obviously, sort of the stuff I've already talked about when it comes to completing your group discussion, again, we're looking for an answer that is a single answer that's presented in your discussion group. I really strongly recommend you read a sample essay 2. I always include these so you guys have an idea of what to look for. I've taught this essay for a handful of years, and my experience teaching it, obviously a couple semesters a year for 3 or 4 years, I think, is that students who read that sample do far, far better than those who don't. So that's my big tip this week. Read that sample essay. If you've got any questions along the way, please don't hesitate to let me know.